here's PK Subban. What are you doing? You lying on the couch waiting for game one of the next round?
Well, first I want to say I'm on with my favorite person. I listen, I grew up listening to you, Bobcat. My dad, every day he picked me up from school.
I know.
This was during rush hour, being gridlock traffic in Toronto, and he'd have you on. So it's an honor again to be on with you again. But you guys forgot one thing. I'm also a hand model. I'm also a hand model on the side. My dad said that I got a face for radio, so they didn't really put me in any underwear commercials or anything like that. So.
How is your pops, by the way? Is he okay? Doing good?
Big Carl's doing well. He's at home. He's enjoying time with the grandchildren, so he's loving that right now.
And how about Malcolm and Jordan? How'd their seasons go, and where are they at? Malcolm got hurt, eh?
Yeah, he was a little banged up, but he managed to get through it. I know that they've been in the postseason, and Jordan's season's over now. He's been at home. I know that he took a little vacation to kind of unwind. He's back at home now with the family and getting ready for summer.
So we don't want to go all the way back to the Montreal thing. I know you've talked that to death.
No, let's get into it. Why not?
Well, all right.
Oh, boy, PK. That's the PK we know and love.
All right, you want to go down that road? Look, because you and I haven't talked about it.
Well, Bob, listen, your show's based on that. Let's see. You can get into the nitty-gritty, right?
Well, what the hell? I mean, you had to. Now, you were in, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to remember the scenario. Weren't you away? Weren't you in Europe when it happened?
Yes, I was. You know what? Every summer I tried to. Last summer was an extended summer for me, obviously not making the playoffs. So I had more time to do it, and I sort of broke up my training so I could get some breaks in between. And, I try to get to Europe. I love going to Europe. It's just great to get away. And I love going. Try to go every summer. So I was there. I was in Europe for about 25 days last summer, and it was great. But, everything transpired while I was in Paris, and it was unexpected. I was at dinner and with some friends, and that's when I got the phone call, and I spoke to my agent, Donnie Meehan, spoke to Marc Bergevin, and then next thing you know, I was doing a press conference basically talking about my future in Nashville. So that's kind of how it unfolded.
So you look at it, getting traded is always going to be a shock. And for a period of time, you're asking, like, I don't understand why, and what did I do, and blah blah blah. And you're a great citizen and a great ambassador for the city of Montreal, and everybody loved you there. But after that all cleared, and maybe you got angry, did you, in hindsight, could you see why this happened, and could you see this coming?
Well, you know what? I never took calculus, but if it was a math equation, I'd still be doing the math on that equation of why I wasn't still in Montreal. I guess you could say that I just sort of stopped thinking about it, because at the end of the day, I mean, I probably wouldn't be the only player that's been traded that
well, no, of course
really has no idea of why they were traded or why it happened. I love the city of Montreal. I love the fans. I felt that I played 7 years in the league, and now this is going to be my third time getting to the conference finals. 2 of those were in Montreal, and that's not bad. Playing in a city for 6 years and going to the conference finals twice, making the playoffs 4 times. So, we had some good teams in Montreal, and I definitely felt that we had the opportunity to do some special things in the postseason. But for whatever reason, I wasn't a part of the future plans anymore, and they decided to take a different direction. And, obviously it was my first year as a leader on the team and being an assistant captain, and we didn't have a good year, right? We didn't make the playoffs, and obviously Carey Price is a big part of our team, and we lost him. But, even though we lost him, we went through some stretches of where Mike Condon stepped in and did well. We had a winning record after Pricey left for the next 15 or 17 games. So it wasn't that we were completely out of the mix. We had an opportunity to try to make the playoffs, but for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. And, individually speaking, if I'm talking individually, I think that, I had a decent year. I'm always judged by how I perform on the ice and numbers and stats. I mean, we're in a stats-driven business. Finished the year with 50 points, and I'm +4 on a team that, we weren't very good defensively all year. We lost a lot of close games, and it wasn't good enough. But, at the end of the day, at some point you got to just look at it and say, hey, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm just going to move on. So it was tough. It was tough having to move on from a city that I loved and came into at 18 years old and grew into and made a lot of friends and obviously close bonds and teammates and stuff. But I had to move on, and now I'm in the conference finals again in another organization that really wants me and wants me to be a part of it.
Now, PK, both Bob and I are just a little bit older than you. And we've, seen a few bumps and bruises in our professional lives. And sometimes, and I think Bob would agree with this, you end up having something thrust upon you, and it turns out to make your career better. You never thought about it. And I'm sure you never thought about leaving Montreal because you loved it. Is it possible, do you think, now that you've been in Nashville for a year and you've had some success at a team, that now or somewhere down the road you might think, you know what, that trade was the best thing that could have happened to me?
You know what? I'm an optimistic person. I'm not very pessimistic, and I think that probably annoys a lot of people because I always come to the rink every day. I'm always a happy guy, a ton of energy all the time, and that's just because I feel privileged to play the National Hockey League and play hockey for a living and get paid to do that. But the reality is that I think a lot of it comes down to your attitude and how you look at things. And I've always chosen to be a positive person, even when we had a down season and we didn't make the playoffs. I felt confident that we were going to come back stronger this year, and obviously Pricey was going to be healthy, and we had young players that were going to come in, and young draft picks that got a year of experience, and guys that were going to come in hungry and want to make the playoffs and want to make a push and show that we're a playoff contending team. And, that's probably the upsetting part of it, is that I felt we had a lot of pieces to do some damage. But, at the end of the day, I have to look at my situation now and feel happy to be playing with defensemen that, you look at our defense core and we have 8 defensemen that are all capable of playing against any players on the other team. But obviously people have been talking about our top 4 and the impact that we've had on the series. And really, out of our top 4 defensemen, any one of us would be top pairing defenseman on any team in the league. So it's great to have that too. And, I played with a lot of great defensemen in Montreal, but this has probably got to be the deepest D-core that I've ever played with. And, in some ways it's great because, even though I come out every game and I want to be the best player on the ice, I don't have to be. One night it may be Roman Josi, another night it might be Ryan Ellis, another night it might be my deep partner Matthias Ekholm, and one night it might be me. But we know collectively as a group we can do a lot of damage and help our team win and help move the puck out of our zone and play that modern style of game where you need defensemen that are mobile and can jump into a play. So I feel very, very comfortable on this team. And you're right. It's a hell of an opportunity that I was given to come into Nashville. And when you're getting traded and you don't have control over where you go, I mean, when I think of it this way, I wouldn't want to be any other place.
Well, pretty good team, arguably historically underachievers. Historically.
Yep. Cool city.
Great city. And I want to address that with you, too. But at some point in time, you probably woke up in the middle of the night and said, actually, we actually have a good team. We have a chance to do something here. And you guys are in the process of doing it. I don't know how it ends, and I know you don't either. But, boy, it's impressive. Is there a moment that you can recall during the year where you kind of went, I think we got a chance to do something?
Well, if I can be completely honest, and I'm sure I was quoted saying this, and it wasn't me just shooting my mouth off, but when I got traded, I said that I really believe that I'm going to a team that has an opportunity to win a Stanley Cup.
I know you did, yeah.
I felt that way in Montreal. I really did. I felt that way when I was there, that we did have good enough pieces to win a cup. But when I came to Nashville, I looked at our team and I said, wow, they got young players. I mean, you talk about Forsberg and Johansson and Arvidsson, who's kind of shocked the world in terms of how he's come in and he's performed, the work ethic. And you got, how can you not say that Pekka Rinne isn't the best goalie in the world right now or among the best? He is. But when you have those types of pieces and you're going in and they're not asking you to be the best player every night, they're asking you to come in and be a part of it and do your job. And, whether it's they want me to play 22 or 27 minutes a game, I felt extremely good coming in because, I played 500 games in the league and I played with some teams and some players, and I think I'm smart enough to recognize a team that has potential to win a cup. You know, I've watched when we are not in the playoffs, I've seen teams win. And when I look at our team and those teams that have won, I'm saying we have all the pieces to do it. And I really believe that. The day I was traded, when I looked at our team, I said, wow, I'm going to have a legitimate shot now to win a Stanley Cup. And, you know, I was really excited about it. I was obviously, you know, you're not upset, but you're sad, you know, that you have to leave a lot of friends and teammates that you talked about winning a cup with since the day that you were drafted. But, you know, to be in a position where I looked at our team, I said, wow, I have a tremendous opportunity to do something special in the city and to bring the first Stanley Cup to there. You know, in Montreal, it was always about bringing the 25th, and it's like now I have an opportunity to bring the first ever. So it was a pretty cool opportunity, and I realized that right away. Didn't take me long.
You said a few minutes ago that you like to smile and be optimistic, and not everybody likes that. A couple of weeks ago, you were enjoying yourself in a pregame warm-up and enjoying the music, and some people didn't like it. Specifically, Mike Milbury decided he called you a clown on national television. And I'm thinking, part of me thinks, PK, I've heard a million things, say whatever you want. And part of me thinks at some point you're going to say, you know, does everything have to be done the same way? Can't it ever be, you know what, he's an individual who does things his own way, and let's celebrate that?
Well, part of it is he's kind of right, because with these beards that I got, this playoff beard I got going on, I probably do look like some sort of a clown. I mean, let's be honest. I don't look good with the beard. I've never looked good with a beard. Maybe a nice, tight, clean goatee, but I got the crazy beard going on. So, no, but you know what? I blame the St. Louis Blues. They had great warm-up tunes, and I was feeling the tunes, and I was getting so I put it on them. You know, you know what? That's the way I warm up. You know, maybe it's a little different from other guys, but I know there's other guys in the league that are like that. I know Brent Burns is the type of guy that likes to get into it and warm up, and there's other guys. But, you know, everybody has their opinion, and, you know, at the end of the day, whether you agree with it or not, that's the job of the media to give their opinion. And it's my job to do my talking on the ice. That's my job. So, you know, as far as I've been asked about comments, about things that have been said in the media, but I just kind of just deflect it because my focus is just on helping this team win. And the reality is, it comes back to this. It's not about me. It's not about how I warm up. It's not about what I do during warm-ups. It's about our team and what we're trying to accomplish right now in the playoffs. So I'd rather just keep the focus on that.
So far, so good. We wish you good luck the rest of the way. Stay off of Ryman, stay off of Broadway, stay out of all those bad places in downtown Nashville. Behave yourself, be a good boy, and we'll watch you till the end of the season, and then we'll hopefully run into you this summer when you get back to Toronto. And thanks a lot for taking a few minutes for us tonight.
I hope so. I'm really excited that I got on your show, Bobcat. I know that I'm going to get a call from my dad in about 30 seconds because I know he's listening. So thanks for having me on today. I appreciate it.